Hey, ready to come do some clay? There's the kiln firing right now. Come check out my pot on the potter's wheel. And we are now going to work with clay. I have a ball of clay here and make a head of an animal or a person, anything you want. All right, so there's my dogs, my little coasters, and right now we got a ball of clay. All right, so let's do this, peeps. The first thing you're gonna do is get a ball of clay. All right, we're gonna mash it into a ball. Use your muscles and mash it. Some people knead it like dough, and you want to get all the air bubbles out. All right, so use your muscles. Next, once you have a ball of clay and you've mashed it and kneaded it, you're gonna get in the circular ball, your thumbs in the middle, and push it down, and then you're gonna go in a circle. We're doing what's called a pinch pot. So you're pinching with your fingers like this, and on a potter's wheel, you're gonna pinch from both sides and pull up. But now we're pinching and spinning. If you have a piece of paper underneath you, that would be great to do a pinch pot. All right, now I'm using my extra clay from the pottery, so it's a little more slimy. All right, once you got a hole in the middle, you got it hollowed out, then you're ready to think about the head you're doing. And if you see over here's a chicken head, you could do a dog head. Think about the heads you like. Do you like people heads? Do you like, some of my kids in my class like Squidwards, and they do this like big blobfish type head. So you want to, after you have your hole in the middle, for air, you want to have your sides no thicker than a 1/2 inch. So if they're thicker than a 1/2 inch, or you guys probably should think about a centimeter, if you know metrics, then you got to pinch it and make it a little bit thicker by pinching like that. Pinch pot, right? All right, once you got your pinch pot hollowed out, keep holding it in there, because I have some students who squeeze it so much on top, they close it up. And then if you have a kiln of any kind, it will explode if you have it too thick and there's an air bubble in there. So now that you got your shape, you could do a pottery, you could plant something in it, but we're flipping it over. We're doing sculpture right now. To do a head, I'm gonna do 2 eyes by pinching, 1, 2, and I'm gonna do a nose. I like dogs, so I'm gonna do a nose. I'm gonna get my nose and squeeze it. So you gotta really, you guys who practice with modeling clay, do a good job, because you're really getting your hands and you're sculpting it and squeezing it, and your hands are controlling the clay. All right, you're gonna get slimy. It's a given. All right, there's my nose of my dog. All right, then I'm gonna do the eyes. I'm just gonna poke my fingers in. You can use a tool. I got 2 eyes. All right, how many eyes you got? 1, 2. There's the dog's nose. Now I'm gonna pinch his ears. I'm gonna just grab my fingers in there and pinch. Some of my students like carving off some clay, cutting some off, which is fine, and then making the ears and then pressing them on. But then again, some of my students' ears and pieces like eyeballs fell off. We had to glue them back on because they didn't mash it in enough and meld it in like that. Pat it and smooth it out to make sure that it was staying. So that's why I like to make sure it's all attached. All right, so there's my dog's nose. That'll be cool when I color it, dog nose style. His 2 eyes, I got 1 ear. How many more ears I need? I need 1 more ear. So you see how I'm pinching it out to do the other ear. And it's gonna be a dog head, okay, for heads. And then, like I said, you can even flip it over, have pottery, and do your dog head off the side. There is creativity involved with clay. This is looking really bumpy. All right, so your clay, before it's done, is gonna look really bumpy, like a elephant skin, kind of slimy. And so what you do, if your clay is getting too dry, you're gonna dunk your finger in water. I have some water over here, dunk it in. And smooth it out. Kind of rubbing it and patting it like you're patting a little hamster or something. And that's gonna smooth out your clay. All right, well, I'm gonna work a little more on my neck of my dog here, scooching it in, pinching off some. Then I am going to end with, 1 eye, 2 eyes, right? Going over the details. Nose is 2, smoothing out 2 ears, smoothing it out and defining it, making the head a little less bumpy, smoothing out my little dog. But the neck goes out, so I'm gonna squeeze and pinch away some excess there, right? And just save that in a little ball. Maybe you can make an ornament, or look at this, someone just made a flower, just a little like flower candle holder or something really small, incense burner, something, maybe a coin or a trinket holder. So there you go. I'm going to say over and out from this video lesson and carve my name on the bottom and finish my dog so he looks less piggish, but I'm going to have to wash my hands. So over and out, I'm going to try to hit stop with a knuckle from the art lesson of today.